Hi everyone, how you doing today? I have a new note packet. Oh, where are my manners? I'm sorry here, people. All right, hey, lesson one. It's light. It's a lot of kind of review items that we're going to be focusing in on. So let's speed on through and show you what we're after. Okay. There's a few vocabulary words that we'll be using that sixth grade material. So certainly don't expect you to remember it, but at the same time, we do expect that once we talk about it, you're kind of like, oh, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. So, yeah, key terms here from sixth grade. Let's turn that marker on. There we go. So, yeah, two ratios are equivalent ratios, all right, if they're equal to each other. And the main thing is you're multiplying by the same number or dividing that's there. So, for example, the ratio of 2 to 7 is equivalent to the ratio of 10 to 35 because they're both being multiplied by the same number. We go the other way and say they're both being divided by the same number. No addition, no subtraction. All right. Equivalent ratios are also equivalent fractions because a ratio can be written as a fraction. So we got our friend the rate. Okay, a rate is a ratio with words. So it's like saying it's $7 for the 3 boxes of cereal. That's a rate. Right? We get more specific and we have what's called a unit rate. And a unit rate is how much for one. So we see that at the grocery store when we see something like $2.99 for the 1 pound. All right. We also end up, to shorten things up, we end up seeing someone a little bit different as well. We see that. All right. That slash does mean per, and per does mean for one. So unit rate, per means for one, rate, how much for one of them there. That's the kind of things that we're looking at. So we're really just after one particular problem here. And that's the one that's at the bottom. And that's going to get into unit rates. In other words, who's the better buy? The idea behind this is if we can figure out how much is for one, now we can make our comparison. You see, we've got for 30 of them, and then we've got for 12 of them here. So we're trying to figure out what's the better deal. Now, of course, if you don't need 30 of them, spending more money is not the way to go. But let's just use the idea that, hey, we need a lot of pencils because, as you know, you lose them. All right. So things we keep in mind is when we are setting up there, money is always up on top. All right. It's always how much for the one item. So right now we know it's $7.99 for 30 of them. So if we want to find the unit rate, so we're trying to figure out how much it is for one. So what do? Hey, we need to divide by 30. And you might look at the original problem and be just like, why don't we just divide right away? Well, you can. It's just showing you where it's coming from. We will be calculator based here again for some of our situations, this absolutely being one of them. So $7.97 divided by the 30. All right, calculator says 0.265 and then a whole lot of sixes, so it's repeating. A 7 does show up at the end, but that's because it rounds the last place value. We're talking money here. Remember, money, all right, dollars and cents. If we're talking about cents, which we are, we need 2 place values. But it's that third number we're going to be looking at that's going to tell me about my rounding. So it's not 26 cents for the one. It is 27 cents for the 1 pencil. So that is a unit rate because it is how much for one. All right, the other one here tells me that it's $4.77 for the 12 pencils. And again, if you recognize its division problem, and because people, look who's there, the fraction bar. Yeah, it means to divide. So you can go ahead, punch it in, divided by the 12. All right, calculator says this. Okay. Remember, we are talking money, so we're rounding to the nearest cent. So I see you 39, but I look to the right, and there's a 7. Will the 7 make you round up? Yes, it does. 1 more cent than 39 cents gets us to 40 cents. Again, 40 cents for the 1 pencil here. All right, so what we can see here, hey, buying that 30 pack is going to be a better value. Again, as long as we need 30 of them. And like I said, people, you've been around the team center. You see what's going on. You see pencils all over the place there at the ground there. People lose them. All right, so yeah, we're definitely going to need a good chunk of them there. So yeah, Value Mart is the way to go. Hey, there you go, people. That's it. All right. We'll see you back here again tomorrow.